Продолжаем. Я знаю, чья это игра. И чей это сценарий. Привет, привет.
Big boss, you know who I am. A certain man gave me a job to do. Two, actually. First was to get you out of that hospital. Second was to rescue the man himself. You remember? Your partner 9 years ago, Kazuhira Miller. 9 years back, your private army came under attack by Cypher. You were considered dead. Until today, that is, when Cypher found you. And it's not just them. The whole world wants you dead. You'll have to join up with Miller. Build that private army of yours one more time. It's your only...
Всего ничего. Еще одну армию.
First, we need to save Miller. He's in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan?
What, you can't keep up with world affairs in a coma?
Ага.
4 years ago, the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. The Muslims are fighting back with Western support. Miller was training Mujahideen rebels when he was captured by the Soviets. The Reds' 40th Army. Troop strength somewhere around 100,000. The squad holding Miller set off near the Pakistan border yesterday. Now in 3 days, they'll reach the Soviet garrison. They'll be interrogated for a few more days. And it's off to a logger.
Мы в Афганистан на лошади поскачем.
Afghan soil. I give him 2 weeks. The job didn't mean anything to Miller. He only took it on to keep you safe.
Ах, это я виноват.
Well, there's our ride. It's a whaling ship. Had a pretty good deal on her once the IWC started raising a stink. Now it's 7 days to Port Qasim, another 3 overland. So we won't have much time once we're there. Don't take too long getting used to your new self. Hang on. Ha!
Какой крутой саундтрек, ребят. По Суэцкому каналу в Красное море. Класс. Круто. Инструктаж оцелота. Ух ты. Кассету я бы послушал. Фантомные конечности. Это тоже было на Е3.
The area ahead is under total Soviet control. Miller's been captive for 10 days. Not much time left.
Weather will clear shortly.
Storm's passing.
Как же круто, а? Шалашаска оцелот.
Getting used to it?
Приглашенная звезда. Красота.
After 9 years on ice, solo infiltration of the Soviet main ground forces
Крутые очечки.
should be the perfect one.
А можно мне такие?
Kazuhira Miller is being held in Darwin
Какой графоний, ребят.
location now. Take out your eye drone.
Практически идеально все. Работает, выглядит здорово.
You see Wandy on the map? That's where they're keeping Miller. Only problem is we don't know his exact location. Finding it is your first priority.
Да какая территория большая. Ну, допустим, я поставлю.
Marker placed.
Go ahead and close the eye drone.
Что теперь?
Boss, put the eye droid away for a moment.
Так.
Boss, put the eye droid away for a moment.
Да подожди, дай полазить.
Got your binoculars? Or should I say, your int scope? See the village? Straight ahead? A little to the left. To the right.
Вот это оно.
All right, that's the village. If you see something through the binoculars and you need more information, just give me a call. I'll tell you anything I can about it. That's Violo Village, the Violo Calais. The villagers fled the war and evacuated a while back. Since then, it's become a base for the Soviets' 40th Army. A few days ago, Miller was taken through there, en route towards Dewandeha. You may be able to pick up the trail there. It's worth a shot. Put a marker on it so you don't lose track of where it is.
Так, сейчас.
Wrong target, boss. Use your binoculars to focus in on Davialo Calais village and mark it. Good. Now you won't have to worry about getting lost along the way.
You can't have much left in him. I give him 3 days, tops. If we fail, and he dies, we lose our chance of revenge. But we need more intel. If you just go charging into Doandehar, you'll be putting both your lives at risk. See what you can find out first. The Soviets have other outposts, not just the one you saw. Afghanistan is a big place. I expect you'll become quite familiar with those binoculars as you plan your next move. How and where you make it, well, that's up to you.
Круто.
From here on out, you're on your own. You're a legend in the eyes of those who live on the battlefield. That's why you have to handle this mission yourself. Put those 9 years behind you, and return as Big Boss.
О, да.
Boss would want it. I'll be sending additional intel by radio. Stay sharp. Not one of Miller's bodyguards survived. And they were good. All we found on the scene were their corpses and knees. You'll be missing them. And you're his only hope of getting them back.
Ух ты, осколочек.
Now go! Let the legend come back to life.
Класс. Стой. Уровень тревоги низкий. Главная база. О, музычка. Инструктаж.
You were hospitalized in Dekelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain. Why Dekelia? The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
He said I was in a British military hospital.
Послушаем, что изменилось в мире.
You remember Miller. You'd formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but...
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess, huh? All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now, but this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start a business where you would fight on behalf of others around the world, those who needed military force. But the reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client. It was a huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica. The client even threw in an offshore facility in the Caribbean. The mother base, that would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons, more money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. It got so the international community couldn't afford to ignore you. You were just too damn successful for your own good. You, your men, had worn out your welcome. Everyone was out for you. East, West, First World, Third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF. Officially, they're an anti-terror unit under the CIA. In reality, they're Cypher's private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolutionary.
Это было в Ground Zeroes.
A mole who worked for Cypher as bait. While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base.
Ground Zeroes — это демо-версия Phantom Pain.
They placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down in minutes. XOF. Kisses and hugs followed by a big FU. All because of Miller's blind spot. A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist. Huey was responsible for bringing the inspection team on board. Giving the enemy a perfect opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close.
Это я помню.
Here, Snake, try this on. A prosthetic arm. Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit.
А,
There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think?
круто, разработка советская.
Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain? Every now and then. Where? My fingertips. My left fingertips. Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand. Yeah. What about your vision? Can you see okay? Yeah, at the moment. Snake, I wanted to ask you about the man on fire. What do you remember from the hospital? Anything we can use? Well, he took off the moment the sprinklers started up.
А где музыка?
The fire system? And when he got sprayed with water from the burst pipe, it slowed him down. If we escaped on horseback, he wouldn't cross the river either. And then it started to rain. And he disappeared. Water against fire. Is it that simple? I mean, it makes sense. It's just hard to believe it would work on a guy like that.
Всего 2 кассеты. Так, журнал, нет. Тут столько всего, что я даже не знаю, с чего начать. Так. Ничего нет. Куда мне стоит отправиться?
Marker removed. Marker placed.
Ладно, отправимся туда. Пожалуй, надо управление посмотреть. Управление. Да ладно, не это мне надо. Вы издеваетесь? Так, что у нас тут? Удерживать бинокль. Управление в меню. Угу. Так, все просто и понятно. Ух ты, лошадь еще сама скачет. Бионическая рука. Вот это я... Ах, вот оно как. А можно как-то патроны переключать? Не пускают. Шесть вечера, и о чем это говорит? Ой, сейчас это вообще Red Dead Redemption. Это что такое? Давай наверх залезем. А как залезть? По трубе никак. Ух ты.
Those materials are already processed. They should come in handy sooner or later. Why not start gathering them? That's a rough diamond. Good find. It'll fetch a high price.
Тут что-то еще есть? Нет? ты. Я чуть было не попался.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Круто. Ребята, а дайте залезть. Пожалуй, надо управление посмотреть. Почему нельзя по трубе залезть? Так, не приседай. Тут кто-то есть?
Marker placed.
Враги, кто-нибудь? Ребят.
That's marking. Focus on the thread and it'll be marked automatically. You can mark enemies and vehicles by zooming in with your binoculars or camera. Once they're marked, you'll also see their positions on the map.
Marker
Security at that guard post is relatively light. Looks like the perfect place for a warm-up. Try to remember the ways you used to deal with enemies. Anytime you need advice, just give me a call. It's up to you whether to slip by enemies or take them down. Just remember that any situation can change fast. Familiarize yourself with your weapons and items while you can. You're almost at the enemy outpost, Violo Village. The village is crawling with enemy soldiers. Don't just go waltzing in. Start with some recon. Is there anywhere that overlooks the village?
А если залезть? Я же логично поступаю. Надо залезть повыше и осмотреться.
A parabolic antenna. There could be intel files of some kind in there.
Marker placed.
Зачем я его там поставил? Тишина. Солдат спит, служба идет. Как отменить? Боже мой. Ладно, пойдем. Я не вижу никого.
How about it? Can you see the village from there? Use the binoculars to recon the place. Look at where the enemies are stationed. Look at their gear. Take it all in. There should be a command post somewhere. See any buildings with tighter security? If there are clues to Miller's whereabouts, I'll bet you can find them in there.
Еще враги. Так, я с этой плотвой спалюсь, наверное. Эй! Так, вижу. Вижу. А это что?
Mortar shells travel in a curved trajectory, meaning they hit from up above you.
Так, один минометчик. Там на крыше кто-то, нет? Я никого не вижу. Или мне просто лень искать?
It's a heavy machine gun. Packs far more power than any rifle. You can either use it yourself or destroy it. Either way, best keep in mind some way to deal with it.
Marker placed.
That's communications equipment used by the outpost CP. It must be how they keep in touch with headquarters. If you destroy it, you might be able to cut off the CP from their HQ.
Значит, пойдем к отметке G. Есть тут кто? Неужели это все? Ты. Как это я его не заметил? Назад, назад, назад. Стрелять мы, пожалуй, пока не будем. Надеюсь, никто не увидел. Упс. Кто-то спалился. О, куда?
Room you open. Find some place to drop them out of sight.
Нет, пожалуй, еще дальше уберу. Какая рация у него здоровая. Вот сюда его. Блин, там еще труп.
Ладно, мужик, увидимся.
Ресурсы — это хорошо. Все, пока никого. Так иди отсюда. Здесь нет никого. Черт.